Day 53, Potrero Hill. Potrero Hill has a fascinating, super fascinating history that I don't think people realize just how fascinating the history of Potrero Hill is. So Potrero Hill is bordered by Dogpatch, aka 280. That's literally one of the dividers of Potrero Hill, the side that's closest to the water. The Mission District, Portola, Bayview District on this side. So let's say Potrero Hill's a square. So Soma, south of Market's up here, Dogpatch 280's over here, Mission District is over here, and right here on the bottom would be Portola, Bayview-ish. So anyway, the 280, that's also 3rd Street. So 3rd Street, don't quote me on that, actually. I don't think I'm 100% right about that. I think they branch off at some point, 280 and 3rd Street. Anyway, Potrero Hill literally used to be where the Native Americans used to hunt. Nowadays, let's just start there. So it was one of the last parts of San Francisco to be developed. It was a big old grassy hill that's where the Native Americans literally hunted up on that hill. So when San Francisco was colonized, which it went through a few different phases of colonization for simplicity's purposes, Kit Carson, who was normally known as a hero in American folklore, we'll call it that, Kit Carson was sent to kill the twin sons of the mayor of Alta California, I'm pretty sure. So I could have the title wrong. I think it was actually it was either the governor of Alta California or the mayor of Yerba Buena, which is what they called San Francisco. Anyway, Kit Carson was sent to slaughter the twin sons of this high-ranking Mexican official, and part of that was to break this man, so to help in the colonization of San Francisco. Yeah, y'all don't hear that part, do you? And again, I might have the part of the story a little bit fuzzy as far as who this person was, but that was strategically and significantly done to make this man lose his shit, go into mourning, because again, who wouldn't from having your twin sons murdered, right? And then something that most people don't know about that part of town, but the closer you get to the water, all of those streets are named after American states. Pennsylvania, Nebraska, again, California's downtown, but there's Maryland Street, Louisiana Street. All those streets are named at Minnesota. All those streets are named after American states, with the intention being that they're really trying to drive home the point that you are now in the United States of America. You are no longer in Mexico. We took over this shit. As San Francisco was developed, the Catholic Church used Potrero Hill that's like where their horses and their cows used to graze. They had thousands of livestock that they kept up there on Potrero Hill. Last but certainly not, the last little thing I'll throw in there is that growing up, I knew Potrero Hill to have some of the most notorious housing projects. And nowadays, there are squatters that live in the Potrero Hill projects that, because the city has pretty much turned their backs on that, and again, the rent in San Francisco is insanely expensive, they've become squatters, and the city and the government has kind of just looked the other way. So that's a little bit about Potrero Hill. A really fascinating neighborhood, honestly, that unfortunately has become gentrified like much of San Francisco, but it wasn't always that way. Potrero Hill.